automatic record. So okay, let's start all over again because now I'm just recording it. So I said in the last class we talked about trends and other properties of trend. And I said in a trend, if you take the two trends, especially in an uptrend, you're going to have higher high, higher high, higher high, and higher low, higher low, higher low. And also in a downtrend, when you have a downtrend, you're going to have higher low, that is lower high on higher low, higher low. Then you're going to have lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low. Now, how do you draw a trend line correctly? How do you draw a trend line perfectly? To draw a trend line perfectly, you need to, first of all, determine the trend. That is why that class for a trend is very important. You need to first determine a trend. Where is the trend going? What is the current trend? What is the past trend? Once you are able to determine the trend, is it an uptrend or a downtrend? If it's an uptrend, then know that you are going to connect the higher lows. If it's an uptrend like this, you are going to connect the higher lows using a line. If it's a downtrend, you are going to connect the low high. You are going to connect the low high using a line. Okay, these are various lines we have on our chart. This is the vertical line, horizontal line, and this is trend line. So we are making use of the trend line. For instance, let's draw a trend line for this upward trend. And also note that when you are drawing a trend line, you are looking for something. There's something you are looking for. You are looking for a breakout. When you are drawing a trend line, you are looking for a breakout. Over the time, it has been proven that a breakout are always reliable. They are very good trades, except the times when you have fake breakouts, which GBP USD did yesterday. That is why I was telling some people to stay out of it until it was confirmed. 11 o'clock Nigerian time. Okay. Now, when you pick a trend line, and considering a trend like this, consider this trend. Let's say I want to draw a trend line for this trend. Look at it. I'll pick my trend line. I'll connect this low and this low like this. The tips of that is the shadow, the end part of the shadow of the candle is what you connect. Please endeavor or ensure you connect them properly. So once I connect this, I have drawn my trend line. I can extend this line higher than this. So once you are able to draw this trend line, what are you waiting for? You are waiting for a break below it. Can you see? Look at it. This candle closes below it. Once this candle closes below it, you see that that pair is going to trend towards that direction for some time. This is 138 pips. Can you see? It's interesting. 138 pips. To 138 pips. Now, it's also important that you should know that for drawing, when you are drawing the downward trend, look at it. I connect this and this. Can you see? And connect this. I do this for GBP USD. What am I looking for? I am looking for a breakout. There are two things that you look for when you draw a trend line. You are looking for a breakout or you are looking for a bounce. People do ask, what is bounce? Look at this line. When it gets to this line, it came down. Get to that point, came down. Get to this point, came down. These are three established points. Lower high that the price has gotten to in this downtrend. Now, the price got to that place again the fourth time. That is why you see a sell-off on the GU. This is a bounce. I saw this, but I didn't trade it, but I saw it. Look at the bounce. This extent that bounce moved. Some people got in very early. And look at it to this point. This is about 200 pips. Can you see? So it is very important when you are able to draw trend lines. Trend lines are not drawn anyhow. You should be able to draw them correctly. Once your trend lines are wrong, then know assuredly that you are going to get wrong results. So we can see that from what I have drawn, I've been able to show you trend line in an uptrend, trend line in a downtrend. In an uptrend, the trend line will be below. In a downtrend, the trend line will be above. Now, in every situation, there are rules. In drawing trend line, what is the rule? The rule is two, at least two must be connected. Two higher low or two lower high must be connected. Once two are connected, that trend line is okay. It's a perfect trend line. Once two or more are connected, like three are connected here, before GU did this, three are connected, is a very strong trend line. It's a good trend line. The more highs, lower highs or higher low that are connected, the stronger that trend line. Most of the time, I look for 3, 4. Once I see 3, 4, I'll be looking at trading a bounce because that trend line is strong. Look at it. Yesterday, we were trading New Zealand dollar. Look at the New Zealand dollar. Let me show you something here in the New Zealand dollar. Look at my trend line. 1, 2, 3, 4 on daily, on 4 hours, but on daily it's about 3. That is strong. That is why I was like looking at a buy yesterday. But fortunately for us, it closes below because the buy wouldn't have gone far. It was just some pips. Fortunately for us, it closes below. And that opens the way. Since this trend line is broken, opens the way for this downward trend. So, as when you want to draw a trend line, look at it. This is an uptrend, and I did all my best to connect these higher lows perfectly. Look at it on the daily chart. Can you see it on the daily chart? Let me zoom it a bit for you guys to see. Look at it on the daily chart. Can you see? Can you see? 3 connected. And yesterday candle closes below my trend line, signifying that there will be a downward trend. Okay. Now, I've told you the rules that you must follow in drawing a trend line. The rule is 2 of your higher high, higher low must be connected in an upward trend. 2 of your lower high must be connected in a downward trend. Look at this example in this New Zealand dollars. Look at this example. Can you see? I connected my trend line, waiting for when you connect a trend line this way, you are not waiting for a downward trend. You are waiting for a bounce or a breakout to the upward side. When you are drawing trend lines for a downward trend and the trend line is this, you are not waiting for a downward movement anymore. You are looking for an upward breakout. And if this candle moved and closed above this point, then there is a breakout. You can buy, place your buy. And if this candle moved and hit this point and there is a rejection, then you sell. That is a bounce. Look at what happened. This disconnected, but this candle moved and hit this place and came down. I can see something here which is beyond this class now. As it came down, I do what? I'll place a sell here. Can you see? To this point, because there is a stronger trend line here. And it hits this point. Look at it. There is a breakout. Look at the breakout yesterday. I waited. We should have entered this trade from this point yesterday, but I waited. I wanted to see if this candle will follow suit. And the candle did the same thing. Then this other one to this point before we entered. So trend lines are very, very good tools that you can use in trading the Forex market. You can make use of trend line and make good money every day or every week as it plays out. So when you are trading trend lines, be careful. What do I mean? Take some caution. Look at what happened in GU. Let's connect GBP USD in this class. Let's connect GBP USD. I'm on daily, and I want to connect GBP USD. Let me start from this point. Okay. Okay, let me connect from this point. Wait, I'm trying to connect this perfectly. I want it to be very perfect and not zigzag connection. Okay, okay, this is cool. Okay, I can even take it from this point. Ensuring it touches this. Okay, so with this, I now switch over to 4 hours. I switch over to 4 hours so I can see clearly. You can see. Let's say here. You can see. This is cool. This is cool. And yesterday, look at what GU did. Went below this and moved back and closed above. That's price rejection. Why should anybody place a buy for this? This just I know a lot of traders would like placing a buy for this yesterday. It was just ordinary price rejection. Why should you place a buy? And look at what is happening now. Those that place a buy for this, they're in big sheets now. So you can see this is going to trend until maybe probably somewhere here. That is how to trade trend lines. Be careful. At times, trend lines misbehave. When you are trading trend line, use calculated stop. Use calculated stop loss. For instance, in this GBP USD, I mean USD JPY, I saw this big move. Once there is this kind of big move, most of the time there will be a retracement back to the trend. Can you see the trend line? This is one of the reasons I have not closed my trade. Can you see? It's bouncing on the trend line. It's bouncing on the trend line. It has not broken the trend line backward. So since it's bouncing on the trend line, there is tendency for it to do what? To continue the uptrend. So it's very important you guys that you understand this, that once your trend line is in place, well drawn, look at it, correctly drawn. Look at how many points this touch. This is about 1, 2, 3, 4 points. So it's a strong trend line. And once it's broken, something good is going to happen. So I don't place my stop loss exactly below the trend line. Don't do that. If you have done that, maybe probably you'll be out of the market now. I put it somewhere that I know is okay, somewhere that is good, calculated place, like somewhere here. Because once this thing come and hit my trend line, then something is happening. Look at another trend line below here. So if it continue to bounce on this trend line, this other line is there. If it bounce on this, it might take off and start going up. So you need to understand this, and a lot of practice will help you to trade this trend line properly. It's going to take some time, I understand. You need to practice and practice to get this right. Once you get it right, you are definitely going to do well trading trend lines. Okay, let me take some questions before we go to channels. Any question? Any question before I go to channels? Okay, someone is asking. Any question? So it's like that is understood. We got that right. Okay, let's proceed. The next thing is the next thing is channels. Channels is the same thing. It's almost like the same thing like trend lines. The difference between channels and trend line is that trend line is only a single line, while channels are, the channel is two lines. Look at this point. Do you see this point? I can draw channels for this point. Mostly, when do we draw channels? We draw channels when there is a kind of ranging market or a one direction up and down movement. That is when we draw channels. For instance, let me draw channels here so you guys can see. Remember the rules, connect two, at least. You must connect two. The same rules apply to drawing channel. At least two must be connected. The same rule applies here. Two must be connected. Can you see? Can you see this? This is a kind of channel. When you draw channel, what are you looking for? You are looking for a breakout to the other side. That is what you're looking for. And when you are trading channels is interesting if you can draw it properly. If you can draw it properly, it's interesting, and you're bound to make good money trading channels. Okay, this is connected, this is connected. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me connect it to this. Perfect. Perfect. Now look at this. If I have this situation and I draw this channel and I have a breakout this week, look at what happened. Very long downtrend. This one gives us a short downtrend, but there's surely going to be a movement. You can see this is about 30-something pips. While this one is as many pips as possible. Can you see? So it is important for you to draw your channel properly so that you can gain maximally from it. And you can also see, I'm looking for a very big ranging market. That is what I'm looking for, so that I can draw the channel properly for us to see. Okay, I spot one here. I spot one here. Let me use that normal line so that we normal trend line so that we'll get it easily. No, this is not perfect. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. It is not perfect. Okay, let's see this. I want a situation where we have channels for a downtrend, an uptrend. We've drawn that of the downtrend. Okay, it's like this. This is one of it. This is cool. This is cool. Okay, so you can see, you see it. So this is a kind of channel. As the trend is going, you are waiting for a breakout. But something very important in channel is that it's not only breakout you trade. I think I spotted something like that in Euro JPY some times ago. It's not only breakout you trade in channel. It's not only breakout you trade in channel. We have 10 minutes to end this class. It's not only breakout you trade in channel. You trade bounces also when you have channel. You trade bounces. Once there is a bounce, you trade it. Once there is a bounce, you trade it. Now look at this. This looks very close. Look at this. When this was going on, there was a bounce here, came down. Another one here, came down. Definitely when you see something moving close to this, there's going to be a bounce again. Because this is like moving within this channel until something like this form rejection. Can you see? So you can extend this to this and down like this. Do you see it? So it was a kind of very long rejection on Euro JPY, and it was like moving downward, moving downward, moving downward till it comes to this point. So channels are very important, and they are very good. But you need to understand them to draw them perfectly before you can really make profits out of it, before you can make good money out of it. So if you have something like this, something of this nature, we'll be waiting for a breakout here. That's what we'll be waiting for. A breakout to the downside or to the upside. That's what we'll be waiting for. So this is channel. Look at this. Can you see this? This is a channel I've drawn for some time, and you can see this channel just like that going up. And look at the breakout. So most of the time, it's interesting and it's very important if you can properly draw a channel. If you can properly draw a channel. So guys, you can see that is how to draw channel. Channel is similar to the trend line. We have long-time channel. If you want to draw long-term channel, look at it for like Euro JPY. This is a very big one. Very big one. Can you see? When you have something like this, count yourself lucky because you'll be trading within the channels. Anytime you are able to spot something like this, you'll be trading within the channels and you see it going up, coming down, going up, coming down. And it's a very big opportunity for you to really make money. Very big opportunity for you to make money. So channels are something very cool, or channel is something very cool that you can really make money from if you can spot it. If you can spot it. But trend lines are perfect, easy for newbies, and you can easily draw trend lines and make money out of it. I believe from here, okay, someone is saying something. Yes, it can serve as support line and a kind of resistance. The person is asking if trend line can serve as support line and resistance line. Yes, it serves as support line and resistance. We see that in GU, what happened? And exactly that is what produces the bounce. Look at it. When you have this trend line, Can you see the trend line for GU? And the market move, hits it. This becomes a kind of resistance to upward movement of this price. That is what people spotted here, and they pulled it down, forming a bearish reversal candlestick pattern, bearish engulfing candlestick. You can see it. So once this is formed, I saw this. It's a very good trade. But one reason why I did not enter that trade, it does not suit my trading style. Look at it, 80 something pips stop loss. I won't do that for GU. No, I won't do that. So I won't do that. That's why I waited till now. So it's a very good, it is a kind of support and resistance for prices. So once you see it, know that price will always bounce or break it. You can have a very long time trend line, a very long time trend line, something of this nature. So what are you saying? Well, if GU continue to trend down and breaks this point, if GU break this point, it's going to locate this trend line, because it's, look at it, this is the one we connected, this short one. We're able to connect this short one. Please put up your mic. We're able to connect this short one, and if GU breaks below this short one, it will hit this point. And if it breaks this one, it's coming to this trend line again. Because this trend line is a very strong trend line on daily, and GU has been trending on it for some time now. GU has been trending on it for some time. Now, this short trend line is broken, locating this support. And once this support is broken, it's going to locate this place. So that's it.
We can't see your screen anymore.
Okay, let's end the class here, I guess. Okay. So I guess this will be the end of the class. Ask me any question so that I can quickly answer your question. Ask me your question and I can answer your question if you have any question on this trend line. Okay, I didn't say much. It's just I was like analyzing this GU. That is a short trend line on daily. And once this short trend line is broken, as it has been broken, it's going to locate this support. And once this support is broken, it will locate this long-term trend line. You can see on daily, it's a very strong trend line. G is going to locate this. So this is a very professional way of trading. A very professional way of trading. So that's what I said, and I've just repeated it. So guys, that is trend line and channels. So I believe everybody here should be able to draw trend lines and be able to draw channels also. You can see this is a very good example of channel movement. With time, you should be able to spot it with your eyes and determine where the market is going to. Okay, I remember. Let me quickly answer that question. When someone said move support, move stop loss to break even, move stop loss to break even, it is easy to do. What the person is trying to say is this. For instance, let me place this trade. Let me just place this trade. New order, sell. And probably my stop loss, I'm coming. My stop loss is here. Let's assume my stop loss is there. And my take profit is here. Probably my take profit is here. My take profit is there. Now, if this continues to trend, probably trend to this point. When it gets to this point, and I tell you, move your stop loss to break even. You are going to move this stop loss from this point to this place. Do you see? It's going to move. That tells you, sorry, I shouldn't have done that. It closes the trade. That tells you you have done what? You have moved it to that point because price has moved from this point to this point. Then you move your stop loss here. Once you do that, your trade is no longer at any risk. Then if the trade continues, maybe it's moving further than that, you can now move your stop loss from that point to this point. That is what we call move your stop loss to break even. I believe that is understood. It's just moving your stop loss. That is it. Nothing special. Just to move your stop loss from one point to another, move it from that point to the other point. Do you understand? It's the person that asked that question. Any other question? Any other question? All right, guys, let's call it a day. And
I have a question. Hello?
Please type it.
Hello, I have a question.
Type your question.